Welcome back, Harbor Hawks Nation, to another episode of the Parking Lot Preview. We're here on a cloudy day. I'm Mike Maynard alongside my co-host Matt Coates. We're here for some more baseball, Harbor Hawks baseball that is. We're traveling to Brewster tonight to take on the Brewster Whitecaps. Hyannis coming in at 7-4-1, Brewster coming in at 5-7. Third team in the West, third team in the East. Should be a good game of two middling teams that don't want to be middling anymore. And the Harbor Hawks are on the right path right now. Matt, should be a good matchup tonight.
It should be. We're driving eastbound, going to Stony Brook Field today to take on these Brewster Whitecaps. But like you said, we're heading in the right direction, and I don't mean going east. I mean winning 2 straight games and beating. Sorry, we have some Harbor Hawks here, excited to be watching a live edition of the show. But last night, we took on the Wareham Gatemen, the first team in the Western Division. Got a big victory, 12-5 victory in enemy territory over the bridge. And Mike, if you want to be the best, you have to beat the best. And last night, Hyannis did that.
It was a huge win, as you said, 12-5 runs galore throughout the entire game. It was early on too, a lot of runs being scored. It looked like it could be a run rule, but ends up going the full 9, and Hyannis comes out on top, like you said. Eric Snow, Nick Groves, both 3 RBI games. Those two continue to stay hot at the plate. The pitching also did pretty well overall. A few runs there early on, but really settled in and had a good game overall. And like you said, Wareham coming in as the number 1 team in the league. It was a good win for the Harbor Hawks to get after losing to Wareham in the game previous in that matchup. So good game to win, good game to come off of into this one. Now taking on Brewster. What did Brewster do last night, Matt?
So last night, Brewster, they faced an Eastern Division foe. They faced the Orleans Firebirds. Took a tough 5-2 loss. In that game, Orleans got off to a hot start. Top of the third inning, brought in 2 runs. And from there, they really never looked back. Had 7 hits as a team. Outmatched the Brewster offense. And a large part of that had to do with Orleans' pitching staff last night. Although we look at the final score and see 5-2, they didn't allow a single earned run. Those 2 runs came off a 2-run homer, and I believe the 7th inning, there were 2 outs, there was an error, man on base, and a home run. Pitcher should have been out of that inning. Unearned runs there. So pitching staff was dominant for Orleans. I think Brewster's going to come back. Last night they were home. They get to stay home, rest. I think they're going to come out swinging the bat hot. Excited to try to earn some runs tonight. Hopefully our pitching staff can stifle them like they were stifled last night.
100% agree. 2 home games back-to-back for Brewster, 2 away games here for Hyannis. Traveling on the road again after going over the bridge, now going the complete opposite way, as you mentioned, going east. Now to Brewster. It should be a really good matchup. As you mentioned, Brewster coming off a loss, Hyannis coming off a win. Both teams looking to battle up into the top spots of their divisions. But as you mentioned, the pitching is going to be huge. Tonight, Trey Beard getting the mound for Hyannis again. 6'2" left-handed pitcher out of Liberty. 65 innings pitched, about a 5.5 ERA at school. But pitched on the 23rd last time against Wareham, funny enough. Went 4 innings, 5 strikeouts, 8 hits, 2 earned runs. Cape ERA of 3.38. So Trey Beard, we thought he would get a start a little while ago. It didn't work out. We've had some weird rotation stuff, but last outing at Wareham was pretty solid and has had a pretty solid start to his Cape Cod career. And looking to continue that tonight, as you mentioned, keeping those Brewster bats at a minimum, keeping the runs off the board. What do we like out of Trey Beard, and what's going on for Brewster?
Yeah, Trey Beard, polarizing stats, Mike, when you look at his last start. The 4 innings pitched, 5 Ks are great, 8 hits, a little bit alarming to go along with 2 runs. So allows guys in the base paths, able to limit most of the production with only allowing 2 runs while giving up 8 hits. But then you look at his season ERA on the Cape, 3.38, pretty phenomenal considering the talent he's going against. So some interesting numbers out of him. 6'2" left-handed pitcher with some good stuff. Hopefully he comes out tonight. Maybe quiets those bats enough so he doesn't have to work with too many runners in scoring position. They bring that ERA down a little bit for him. Polarizing numbers, polarizing guy, great pitcher. Hope he goes out and does great tonight. For the other side, for Brewster, like you mentioned, Luke Schmolke, 6' right-handed pitcher out of Wake Forest. This year at school, 54 innings pitched, 8.33 ERA, 55 Ks, 47 walks. Nothing to write home about with those stats, nothing too crazy, but as we mention every time, you have to preface, he's on Cape for a reason. Brewster's a great team, they have a great pitching coach, they have a great roster, there's a reason he's here. So far on the Cape, 3.18 ERA, just a hair lower than our guy, Trey Beard on the mound tonight. Like I said, there's a reason he's here. 5.2 innings pitched, 6 Ks, and 3 walks. Interesting pitching matchup. We're going to see who gets the upper hand here. Obviously, we're going to hope it's going to be our guy, Trey Beard.
You mentioned the word polarizing. I think that might be the word of the day today. PLP, shout out today's episode. Word of the day, polarizing. this should be a polarizing pitching matchup. Both these guys come in with some stats that really don't jump off the board at you, but on Cape they're pretty solid.
Yes.
You know, they're having success here, and that's where it matters obviously tonight because we're playing on Cape Cod, not in Wareham.
Nope.
Shout out Wareham, but we're having a game in Brewster where both guys have shown that they can have success on Cape, and both teams at the plate can show that they have success as well. So, like you said, polarizing. I think that's the word of the day. But last matchup between these two teams was here at McKeon Ballpark. Not here tonight, but a few weeks ago, back in, what was it, game 2, game 3?
Game 3.
Game 3, 10-4 victory for the Harbor Hawks. So the bats really got going there. That wasn't very polarizing. That was just swing, 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 hit, 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 run, run, run. And hopefully we'll see that again tonight. But we got to make player of the game picks. It's going to be tough. This lineup, again, last night showed everybody's producing. I mentioned Snow and Nick Groves, but everybody's having good games here and there. It's hard to pick. I'll let you start, though. Who you got for player of the game tonight?
Yeah, for our fans who are watching and watched the broadcast last night, you're not going to be shocked by this pick. Today I'm picking Kane Kepley. I talked about him on the broadcast last night. I believe last night his final stats were 2 hits with 3 walks drawn. He is an amazing batter because he is so willing to take the free base. He is first in the team in walks, second in on-base percentage, second in RBIs. All-around guy. Not only can he draw a walk, but he can swing that bat, as you see with the second in RBIs. Great hitter, great fielder. Has started every game due to our lack of outfield depth, and he's been a phenomenal player out there. Very rangy. But I just think he fits the Hawks' offensive mindset so well. I talked to manager Mitch Carriger yesterday after the game because we started the scoring with, quite frankly, a lot of unconventional runs. Ground outs that scored a run. Walks that scored runs. And he said, look, every run counts the same. We just want to score. And our guys went out and did that today, put their ego to the side, and just got runs on the board. Kane Kepley is a great guy. Pitch his ego to the side. You throw him a pitch in the dirt, he's not swinging. So I think that mindset, that approach is going to carry him to a very successful summer, including tonight.
You got to circle him on that lineup sheet and say, hey, you can't throw anything out of the zone of this guy. He's got such a good eye, such good discipline that he earns the pitches that he can do damage with. So definitely love that pick. I'm going to go with a guy that came in late in the game last night due to injury, but should get the start tonight behind the plate. That is Camden Janik, the catcher from Illinois. I think he's been solid. I mean, we had good catching behind the plate defensively throughout the season, but Janik's had a good bat as well. I think he's able to produce runs when needed. He's able to have a good on-base percentage as well. This guy's been in the lineup here and there, but I think now with the injuries kind of starting to add up and a couple guys ending up having to leave Cape, I think he'll be in a little bit more of a starting role on a day-to-day basis, and I think that'll give him some confidence to be able to earn his at-bats a little bit more and have a lot more success. So I like Camden Janik to have a good game tonight. I love Kane Kepley to have a good game as well. I think all the bats will be having a good game. And Trey Beard as well should have a good game as well. Good matchup for him. So overall, looking like another Harbor Hawks win if we have to predict, knock on wood. But I think we're going to predict that here every show. So not really that interesting. But all we can do is talk about the game and see what happens. So thank you so much for watching, listening to us just ramble on about random nonsense about baseball. We love you. Thank you so much for being here. If you didn't tune into the broadcast last night, what are you doing? Do it tonight or go to Brewster.
Yeah.
And again, say hi.
We'll
no one
there.
said hi to us yet.
Not yet.
Someone will. Shout out the person who's going to
says
say hi to us.
You'll get a shout out on
You'll
the
get
show.
a shout out. Maybe you'll come on the show.
Maybe.
Only time will tell. Anyways, thank you for watching. Leave a like. Leave a comment. Subscribe. Follow us on Twitter. Follow the Harbor Hawks on Twitter. Watch the broadcast. Hopefully the Hawks take home a win. Matt? Go Hawks.